Good morning. Happy Friday. February 16th. It's going to be a great day. I love Fridays because it's the end of the week. And I was sipping on my coffee this morning and I'm like, I drank my coffee already? And I said, I need to get coffee here. And I'm like, I drank the whole damn thing about 9 o'clock before I even got a chance to come on here. So I'm sipping on water right now just so I don't over caffeinate myself and run around here and run laps and jump through these walls because we got a lot to talk about today. A lot on the list. We're talking about Caitlin Clark. We're talking about an LSU running back arrested on murder charges. We're going into the NFL. We're going into the NBA and a quote of the day and even more. So let's dial in right now. Good morning to all of you that are jumping into the chat for the first time. I welcome all of you to continue as we grow and expand our network. But let's dive in right now. Let's not wait. Let's not hold up because Caitlin Clark, and I told you yesterday, make sure you tune in and watch. She's going to break the record, and she did. She is the all-time leading scorer of all of women's NCAA basketball. She broke the record yesterday in rare fashion, Stephen Curry-like fashion. Check this out. Comes down, gets the ball, gets the rebound. This is what happens here. Pass to Caitlin Clark. Boom. Listen, my words when I saw that, I said, that's how she's going to break the record? That's how she's going to break the record? She's not going to hit a foul shot. She's not going to hit a layup. She's going to run down in rare Stephen-like Curry form. Rebound, pass to Caitlin Clark. Here goes for Iowa. Boom! Deep shot to win the game. This is a kind of, I can't even break this down even in better words, in rare form, how you can have a player like Caitlin Clark doing these kinds of things, and this is a woman athlete. And good morning, I see you on here. Nerdy Zach Whitfield, welcome for the first time to the show. We love to have you. Good morning. Laura Flowers, my mom, good morning. Candy, good morning. Brenda, good morning. And if you're watching right now for the first time, comment. Where are you based? Where are you from? As we expand our show, I'd like to get to know every single one of you so I can communicate properly until it gets bigger and bigger, gets a little harder. And you can also join the Mason Mob. If you want to, I'll send you the link and you can join the team as we move forward. So again, good morning to all of you. And before we dive in even more, round of applause to everyone that's in here right now. We got to do that. I need to do that in the morning to get people motivated and to wake up. And we're going to continue talking about Caitlin Clark. Now, women's sports, are they growing? They are. She's putting women's sports on the map. And I got to tell you, we hit NFL, NBA. We kind of stick to that a lot. We're going to talk about baseball. You'll like that. Nerdy Zach, we're going to talk about baseball as well. But listen, women's sports are emerging. They're coming up with their own shoe lines. I think it's great to talk about. They're becoming referees. They're becoming coaches. They're doing a lot of things in the sports world. But Caitlin Clark is special. She'll get drafted. She'll play great in the WNBA, but she might be more popular now. I keep telling people that. She might be more popular now because in college basketball and college sports, all kinds of money going around for NIL pays and all kinds of different things. She should enjoy this because I'm not sure if she's too early for the boom for women's sports, but she's definitely a part of it. She's definitely a part of it. Congratulations to Caitlin Clark. Let's move on to something that's very interesting and kind of heartbreaking at the same time. LSU running back Trey Holly faces murder charge. Okay, now, Trey Holly was just arrested. I got the information here. Guys, if you're new to the chat, also, welcome Nerdy Zach. Say good morning to him. He's in here for the first time. And good morning to the rest of you. And put in there where you at, Nerdy Zach, where are you from? Where are you based? Let me pull up here really quick. I have some information for you about this running back that was just arrested. And it's kind of heartbreaking, but I'm going to read this to you so you guys can have a better understanding of what happened. LSU running back Trey Holly is in hot water. I'm going to read it on my other computer here so you can understand via ESPN. And it says here that the first report came in, and it says Holly has been hit with 3 felony charges, okay? Attempted second-degree murder, aggravated criminal damage and battery, illegal use of a weapon, slamming incident, all kind of things. And as you scroll down, I have it right here in front of me as I can read it to you. At least 3 different weapons were discharged, which is a problem, right? So without knowing any information and dialing as I unfold it even more, here's the problem I have. First off, you guys don't know him. He was one of the best running backs in high school. Gets to LSU as a top-rated running back. Broke all kinds of records. You want to talk about a standout athlete. I thought I was a phenomenal athlete, and I saw his records. I said, holy shit, this guy is phenomenal. Now, he gets to LSU. He's a freshman. This is the problem, especially with with young kids. I don't say underage, but young kids. Young guys get into college football for the first time. A lot of times it's relationships. A lot of times it's little tiny disputes. It could be over a parking spot. It could be over, hey, move out. I'm in line. I was first. These things happen a lot. We keep hearing about this. Gun charge, gun charge after gun charge, murder after murder. And the problem is this guy's future is to stardom, right? I'm sure the parents are up in arms. I'm sure the people, the organization, LSU, his high school coaching staff is probably going, man, this guy had so much to look forward to. Everyone needs to relax, right? People need to relax. And it's like you get up in these little things, you get your panties in a bunch, you get upset, you're a guy, you're traveling, you got road rage. Look, slow down. Where are you in a rush to go? You're gonna get there. Listen, are you gonna save 5 minutes? Are you gonna save 10 minutes? If that's the case, get up a little earlier. It's like, relax, slow down. This guy, and I hate this because LSU is gonna have all these stories and reports out. They're gonna talk about this for a while. Before we move on, I just wanna say, it's not just because he is an exceptional athlete, but because he is an exceptional athlete. He's all over the media, and people are gonna talk about this all day. LSU, great football team, great organization. I hope this guy can get through this. Maybe he's not guilty. His attorney said, we're gonna fight this to the fullest extent. He's not guilty. This is gonna be very interesting to find out. Hope that he's not, but wanted to bring that to your attention this morning. But hey, this is gonna be even more interesting than that. Why are the Alabama quarterbacks dropping rank? They're in Alabama, they're phenomenal, and they started becoming the Alabama U of quarterbacks, because if I pull up the picture here, you're gonna see how many quarterbacks they have playing the NFL. But here's a picture from Alabama. A.J. McCarron, Jalen Hurts, Mac Jones, Tua Tagovailoa, Bryce Young. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Alabama quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, these guys were in the locker room at the same time right here. These three, Mac Jones, Tua, Jalen Hurts. I mean, at the same time in the locker room, these quarterbacks get to the NFL. The question is, why are they dropping off? And I believe Howard, no, it's actually down here in the reaction. Sorry, here we go. Listen, Tua gets to the Dolphins playing phenomenal, playing great. Why is he falling off? Injuries, right? Injuries. It's like, oh, you're going to be one of the best quarterbacks ever. You get to the NFL, you get to the Miami Dolphins. People have high hopes for you. You came in injured already, and they said, we're going to take our chance on him. We're going to take our chance on him. And it's like, here we go. And then boom, injuries. That's his problem. Had a great season, played phenomenal, but it keeps going. Why are Alabama quarterbacks falling off? And before we go into Bryce Young, let me pull up the other photo I want to talk about. Okay, and I have the list here also. A.J. McCarron was just released by the Bengals. Here's Jalen Hurts, Mac Jones, Tua, and Bryce Young. But listen, you guys already understand this. Before I go into Bryce Young, I want to talk about Jalen Hurts for a second, because watching Jalen Hurts, I believe that he had, of all the quarterbacks from Alabama, and if you're in this right now, of all the quarterbacks from Alabama, this had to be the guy I think that would rise to the top, rise to the cream of the top, the highest level in the NFL of the Alabama quarterbacks. Well-rounded, lots of experience. I mean, Tua got a chance to play there, obviously, but got injured. But Jalen Hurts, a lot of experience. Gets to a franchise with the Philadelphia Eagles. People love him. I mean, he's walking around there like a king in Philadelphia. Can't do wrong. He's fallen off. I think I've said this 100 times, due to his emotion. People are like, why are Alabama quarterbacks falling off? His only problem that I see is lack of emotion. And I've said that 150 times. If he comes to the table with more emotion, more excitement for the Philadelphia Eagles, the fans get involved, the organization gets involved, the people will love him more. They'll get talent around him. The Eagles will play great. But he's lacking that. It's clearly obvious. But let's back up to Bryce Young. Bryce Young's problem, and a lot of people have to understand that, why is Bryce Young having a hard season? This is very easy to understand for everybody watching this. Bryce Young is playing for the Panthers. Bryce Young was the first pick. When he got to Carolina, He was the first pick. They're going to spend a lot of money on him. They're going to help him grow. But you go to a terrible team. The Panthers were terrible. So Bryce Young gets to the Panthers. A lot of people this year coming up. You got Caleb Williams who wants to go first pick. I mean, you got a lot of people that are coming up to be first, second pick. In the draft, you're going to go to a shitty team. Wake up call. You're going to play for a shitty team. I want you to know that right now. So before you think you're going to go in, you're going to start and get to the Super Bowl, no. You're going to go to a team that's rebuilding, right? And that's why guys in the draft this year, you might see, quarterbacks, McCarron from Michigan show up. Maybe he doesn't go first or second quarterback pick. Maybe he goes third or fourth, which can end up being better. Go to a team that's a little bit more set up, got a little more weapons around, might have a better opportunity. Because they tell you what, if Caleb Williams goes to the Bears, they get rid of Justin Fields. They're still working on building their situation. It might not be a good idea to go first pick or go to the Washington Commanders. So just to break this down in a nutshell, why are Alabama quarterbacks falling off? They're just falling off because literally they're not in the right fit. The only two people that were kind of in the right fit, Tua, great opportunity, excelled, injuries. Jalen Hurts, well-rounded with Philadelphia Eagles, no emotion. That's the problem. The other quarterbacks, Mac Jones, kind of new rebuilding, right? Belichick was on his way out, new rebuilding situation. A.J. McCarron, not as good, released from the Bengals. The quarterbacks from college to the NFL have a big transition. They need to find the way they can fit in better to that mold. But let's move forward here to a conversation about Aaron Rodgers. Now, why is this significant right now? I got a picture, and I want to explain something to you. People are like, are the Jets going to be good this year, or are they going to be shitty this year? And I keep saying this year. The Super Bowl just ended, and we're already talking about this year. But a former quarterback, a good quarterback at that, Boomer Esiason, had a lot to say about Aaron Rodgers. And I want to read this to you, and this is kind of a shot at Aaron Rodgers from Boomer Esiason, but it is what it is. This is what he said. The Jets have to do what's in the best interest of the team. And I said this, Aaron Rodgers is like a coach on the field, but he's a little too much into the general manager position. He's too dialed in, and people say, maybe he's not, but they're running everything through him. And it's kind of like he's on the field, he's directing traffic. He should be directing traffic as he's playing with his offense, but he got hurt. So here's the conversation. Here's what was mentioned by Boomer Esiason. I got it right in front of me. The Jets have to do what's in the best interest of the team, not in the best interest of a specific player, Esiason says. The audacity for Aaron Rodgers, here's the thing they say. He's not 25 years old making $50 million. He's 40 years old coming off a torn Achilles. You better have someone back there that you trust. It says it doesn't matter whether Aaron Rodgers likes him or not. You got to get a real guy in there who can play more than 2 or 3 games to back up Aaron Rodgers. And what they're saying basically is Aaron Rodgers is dictating, well, I want, Zach Wilson. He started liking Zach Wilson. I want him to be the backup. I want this. And Boomer Esiason is saying, look, I got news for all these people out here that are Jets fans that really want the Jets to play well, want the Giants to play well if you're in New York. They're not going to play well if they don't get their quarterback position lined up properly. And Aaron Rodgers is really having a hard time because, listen, he's living the high life, not on the field, all over different networks. And here's the thing, I like Aaron Rodgers. I'm not knocking Aaron Rodgers. That's not the point of the segment right now. That's not what I'm trying to do. But what I am saying, and I said this last week, is he's too involved with upper management, right? Close to your head coach, great. Close to your quarterback coach, great. Close to the organization, great. But you're not in the coaching chair. You're a player on the field. And because he's 40 years old, he's been there, done that. He's older than people in the organization. He's probably telling them, hey, I want to run that play like that. I want to do it like that. That's why when the rookies come in and they're busting their ass right now, they got to make the team. They do what the coach says. It's hard to step outside that mold and start to tell people what you believe and what you think because you're just trying to make the team. You're just trying to be part of the organization. And Rodgers is a part of upper management at this point. So the problem that they face is, can Aaron Rodgers come this season and just play quarterback, right? And who's his backup going to be? Because like I said, he's putting butts in seats. He's selling jerseys. People are buying that Aaron Rodgers jersey. People were there for game 1. They said, this is our season. Aaron Rodgers is here. Boom, torn Achilles. Jets go down the tubes. Why? Because they don't have a backup quarterback that they believe in or trust. So Boomer Esiason had to get that out. I just had to get that out. They need to make some better decisions at the quarterback position. But check this out. Why are the NFL ratings so much higher than the NBA? And before I go into that, I'd like to read some of the comments here, and my eyes have been terrible at best. So let's see here. Yeah, but he's true quarterback, Alabama. Saw that. Nerdy Zach. Okay, Caleb. Let me see. Caleb Williams going to the Bears. Are the Bears going to Super Bowl? That's funny, right? Okay, Rodgers in the following best footsteps. Watch him go to the Vikings. Oh, my God. Okay, really, it should be the New Jersey Jets. Listen, what you just said is actually true. A lot of people think that they're the New York Jets. They play in New York. They play in New Jersey. You're right about that. They play in New Jersey. It should be the New Jersey Jets. Guys in here right now, if you're watching for the first time, put what city you're from. And also, listen, what do you think is better to watch, NFL or NBA? I'm going to put the poll up in here in the conversation while we're in the live because it's confusing to me. I'm going to break down what I think about the NFL and NBA ratings. But what's kind of ironic is you have all these famous players, right? And you have Steph Curry. You have, LeBron James. You have, people like Michael Jordan that have been there. Are the ratings higher now or are they lower? And also, why is the NFL so much better? I'm putting on here NFL or NBA so people can actually click on it and put what you actually like more. It's in a poll right here in the chat, right on the side there. So select it if you're in here right now, NFL or NBA, to get an idea of what you guys like to hear more of. But here we go. The NBA versus the NFL. I'm going to break down what I think. Now, the NFL gets high ratings because they play, 17 games. They have the preseason. They have the regular season. They got the playoffs. They got the Super Bowl. People are so excited to watch every single game because there isn't even that many games. These guys are all off-season training, hitting the gym, hitting, after the locker room, they got the training room. They're sitting in hot tubs. They're preparing for the season. They're sweating their ass off out there, 100 degrees in certain places. It's hot. They got their helmet on, mouthpiece in. They got concussions. I mean, it's a long off-season. People don't see a lot that's going on. Double sessions, the mental capacity of the play install. There's a playbook that looks like a phone book. There's so much going on. Installing plays every single day, learning running plays, passing plays, play action, the quarterbacks, new players, right? Basketball has 82 games. So how can you pay attention, literally, how can you watch 82 regular season games, right? There's so many games. But then baseball has a lot of games as well. Baseball has a lot of games as well. But it's like, how do you watch that many games in a row? How can you be a part of every single game? And then even more than that, hey, Howard behind here, you go to an NBA game, you want to see your top players, and then you got LeBron AD on the bench. It's like, okay, I'm paying all this money to go watch. And I went with my mom to a game, and we went to see LeBron James and Dwayne Wade when he played for the Miami Heat. And we show up, we're like, where's Dwayne Wade? Oh, he's not playing today. It's like, is he hurt? Or is he sitting out? It doesn't feel good. Well, look. People are paying all this money to go watch these games, and it's like they play 82 games. So sometimes they're not going to be playing because they're hurt. That's fine. But then sometimes they just rest players. They don't rest players in the NFL unless they're getting ready to go to the playoffs. People in the NFL, they are not resting players that much unless, A, they're really hurt. This guy's hurt, not playing. And then come the playoff time, hey, we already have home field advantage. We're already in the playoffs. So we're going to rest this guy for one game. When it comes to the NBA, guys are randomly sitting on the bench dressed up like you just saw. And look, I love watching them play. But if I show up to watch the Lakers and LeBron is on the bench, AD's on the bench, they better be hurt. Because that's what we're paying to go see. You don't pay to go watch the Lakers and watch the back of LeBron James' head on the side with his little corduroy jacket on or jean jacket. We don't do that. We go watch the game. That's what we're paying to go see. And then they have 82 games. And finally, when you get to the playoffs, shit gets real. Let's tune in. Playoffs time, it is the time. It's like college basketball too, watching the NCAA tournament. I'm not watching college basketball all year. I like it. I enjoy it. There's too many games. And then they show up NCAA tournament, like all fashion. All of us get that pull out, right? That tournament pool, we start putting out our teams that we're picking. Don't even know who's good, right? We're like, okay, this guy's good. This guy's good. But half the poll, we don't know who this person is or don't even know what team it is. Oh, they're ranked 14. Okay, I think there's going to be one upset here, so I'm going to circle 12. That's what happens for 90% of the people. But when it comes to the NFL, people are more dialed in. People are more educated, and it's in the media so much that you know this guy's not playing, or this, this person is benched, or this person is arrested. Like, you have all these different things going on. It's so much easier, and the ratings are so much higher, and the NFL doesn't even get guaranteed contracts that much. Outside of people like Deshaun Watson, who get guaranteed $200 and some million, and then he goes to the Browns, and we're like, okay, that was weird, but sometimes it happens. But more than ever now, they are starting to do that, unlike basketball and baseball, where the contract is guaranteed, and they play all these games, and they spend a lot of time sitting on the bench. Just saying, not knocking them, just saying. Last look at your two stars that everybody loves, right? LeBron James sitting on the bench. But you know what? It is what it is. And I got to tell you, we have to move forward with our quote of the day, and here it is. Just believe in yourself. Even if you don't pretend that you do, because at some point you will. And why I like this quote, it's so important for everybody to understand this. If you believe in yourself, it's better, obviously. But even if you don't believe in yourself, pretend that you do. This is what cracks me up. Pretend that you do, because at some point you will. I think that's kind of hysterical. So again, one more time, just believe in yourself. Even if you don't, pretend that you do, because at some point you will. And you're like, you know what? Every single day I get up and try my best. This might not work out. This may work out. I don't know. Well, guess what? A lot of people are like, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know if I should chase my dream. And every day I give you a new quote, because I got to tell you something. Every day I get up here, it's not easy. I wake up, I got things hit me in the face, Oh, this is happening, this is happening. And every time I get on here, I start recording my cast. Sometimes the landscaper's out there buzzing around. And I'm like, hey, I record every day at 10 o'clock. Don't come between 10 and 11. Don't come between 10 and 11. He goes, yeah, no problema. No problema. My guys are Spanish, obviously. I'm in Miami. No problema. Okay, no problema. Mañana. Okay, I'll see you mañana. No problem. I'm like, dude, it's like 10:15 and you're just buzzing outside my window right now. So I got to stay focused. I have a lot of bumps in the road, right? Kids, marriage, you got a lot of things going on at your home. You got kids going to school. You got a lot of things going on. So you got to get your mind focused in your mind right. So the biggest thing is going to be, like I just showed you, believe in yourself. Even if you really don't, like in your mind, you really don't, pretend that you do. Because at some point, you will. I think you should write that down if you're watching this right now. I'm telling you, this is more important than you think. I don't do the quote today just for myself. I got to tell you, I thought at one point it was for people watching. And I said, you know what? This is for me too. But it's not just for me. It's for everybody watching this right now. I want to give all the inspiration that I can give as I bring all the sports entertainment, a lot of things going on. And Monday, I will be announcing who won the Xbox or PlayStation. So if you click on our YouTube channel and you go to the community tab, you can see all the people that were picking their game. I told you, who's going to win the Super Bowl? 49ers or the Chiefs? The winner, if you pick the right answer and you subscribe to the channel, you have a chance to win a PlayStation and Xbox. I'm going to announce that on Monday. I'm going to jump off here right now because I want all of you to have a great start to your Friday. And listen, if you want to throw jabs, you want to get something out, get it out in the chat. If you want to talk smack in the chat. Don't go out there and talk smack to all these random people. Talk it to me. And you can call in any given time. The number will be on the bottom of the screen. We're going to pull it up and have direct lines to have you guys call in. I thank all of you for joining today's show. I know today we were kind of sporadic and doing a lot because we're adding a new different twist and functionality and transitions. But I will tell you this. I'm so excited about you guys being on here with Every Day and all the new people coming into the chat. It's been exciting. It's continuing to grow. Check out all the sports and highlights. And if you haven't, jump on our social media. I love to contact and communicate with you guys there. Have a wonderful Friday into your weekend. I will be here on Monday, bright and early at 10 o'clock to give you all the sports entertainment. See you soon. Enjoy your weekend.